Hello everyone. In the first two videos, we learn how to store the file or create the folder without writing a or requesting a write external storage permission in Android API level 30 and above devices using a Flutter. In this video, we are going to learn how to store a file or create a folder with requesting a write permission or accessing the permission to store the file. In Android device, API level 29 to 19, or you can say 19 to 29 API level. So as per Google's Play Store policy, you cannot write or read the files publicly available or that the directory or the folders which are not owned by your app, you cannot access it without permission. Now, little code is I have added try block and catch block. Try catch block. What will happen? It will throw an error. We can do it by using a try catch block. If the this code not successfully completed, if it throws an error, that will be caught here, and that error we will show through the snack bar. Now, if we check here, Android manifesta, there is no permission is requested or there is no dependency which requests the permission. Now let's try, and also I will show information. So in this hand for information, as you see, permission, no permission is requested. So means in the manifesta, no permission is requested and no permission is granted. So this section is a gray, means it is inactive. Now let's go to back to our app which is running. Now once again I will restart the app. Yes, app restarted. Now in this section we will see, click this and let's see what error will appear. Yes, of course it will throw error because the permission is requested and the API level is 28. Now if you see the snack bar, it says denied, permission denied. The permission denied is about what? Writing a step. Now add a permission through Android manifesta. Uses permission Android write external storage with SDK maximum level 29, and I will close this. Yes, we requested permission. Does it allow? No, because it is not appeared here. The user not granted the permission. So again it will show, it will throw an error. Now if you go here and check app permission, now initially the permission section was a gray, so it was inactive. Now there is a active, but still there is no permission granted. Now we user is manually allowed the permission. Now let's check what happens. Will it provide us, will it write? Let's check. So this code doesn't work unless the user allowed to app write the permission. Now let's check. We user allowed the write permission to write. Yes, manually the user added the permission. That is not a good approach. So what is the best approach? You ask the permission to user to grant it. How and when? When the user clicks on the download button, first you have to pop up a request, check the permission is granted or not. If it is not granted, request the permission. So to do that, I most of the time I use a permission handler package. So let's add the permission package handler. Permission, sorry, Flutter pub add permission underscore handler. Okay, let's get the pub. Flutter pub get, the pub is got. So let's import the package. Which package? Permission handler slash permission handler dot. Now use that permission handler. Now here we will create a function, and that function we will call before trying this code. Check the permission is requested. If it is not, then we will pass, we will not create the file, or if the permission is created, let's, and if it is true, then run this code, otherwise don't. Now let's check the permission. request permission. So permission request, this method we have to create, which is not created yet. So future, and it's a future which returns bool. Why return bools? Because we are just checking whether permission is requested, yes or no, true or false. So request permission, and this is a future, so we must create this asynchronous method, and this returns a value. So for a moment I will write return false for a moment to avoid the error. So to avoid the request error here, now this request must contain a, you can create an object here, or you can pass object from that method to call this method. Okay, so here we will create a permission object. Permission is equal to permission dot storage. This object I will pass through this permission, but this function doesn't take any permission. So now we will create here permission, and that permission is passed to here, but still we are getting error here, permission, because this method is returning a future bool, so it has to be wait, and we are getting some error here. Why? Because this block is for this block, if it fails, it is only returning here inside. So we have to create a return function here. Else return what? Return a string. What string? Where? So request the permission. The which permission object is passed? Storage permission. Now here is the main part. We have to request here. Now final result. We will check the result whether permission is requested or not. Permission dot status. Now this status of this permission we will check if result is equal to, if it is equal to permission status dot not grant denied. If it is a denied, come here and request. Now we are getting some in highlight. Why? Because checks the status is a await method. Sorry, yeah, not here. I'm my mistake. So await, it checks, and we have to wait it. Now once if it is checks, if it's a denied, then come here and result. Await permission dot request. So if it's a denied, request, and whatever it is requested, again check result is equal to, okay, it will not okay, so here we have to return what we have to return the future, because here it requests a future. So return permission dot status. Now this return is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because it will return a granted denied access. So what we have to do, we have to create another, we have to set the value of a result once again. But once you set the value of a result as a final, and this is a dynamic object, you cannot change. For example, if we check here, what will happen? Result will throw an error because the value is already set. It is a result, you cannot change. So instead of creating dynamic function, I will use permission status object result, which is not a final. Now there is gone. Await permission dot request. If now we can return result dot status. Is granted. Where is granted? If it's granted, it will result true. If it not granted, it will say false. Now this doesn't work correctly. Why? because it is denied, and if it requests true, if it is denied, it will request. If the user denies, again we have to check. But for this code, for this purpose, I will use this simple code, else return false. Return what? False. So it will come here, it will create an object of permission status, and it will get its value. If result is denied, or you have to check result is equal to permission status dot permanently denied, or you can check any result you want, but for permission status dot restricted, any kind of permission. If it is true, then come here result wait permission dot request. So I will explain all this in next video, but for this purpose I'm using this simple code, or only denied. Okay, and let's request. So run this app is up and running. Now check here, we have added manifest a file. Check here app information, the permission is not granted, but permission is here. Now we will go back to app, the app is running up. Now request the permission. Now when we click, it will pop up the menu and pop up this alert, and it will ask to allow the permission. Allow. It will download and store. Now let's check where the folder is created or not. Which folder? Download folder. And the file folder down in a download directory, the folder will be created videos, and the folder will be B. So files, as you can see, this is the downloaded and stored in this videos file. Okay, that's it for today's. See you in next video. Thank you.